So first of all, very warm good morning to everyone. So thank you for providing us the opportunity to present in this forum. And a warm welcome to everyone for the sixth edition of the NPCI Global FinTech Festival as well. So this is about the journey of iServU. So let me do a quick introduction of myself. So my name is Avinash. I work with iServU as the Chief Business Officer. And our journey started like almost, I would say, 10 years back, way back in 2016, when we started with the thesis of a fundamental problem is when we look at a lot of fintechs, they are not that well trained, or let's say have the resources to build the technology, to build new use cases of digital banking and the new use cases of fintechs that were actually coming at that point of time. So we started with the thesis that we will be building the tech which can be extended to various fintechs and banks, and that's how our journey began. So today we are one of the largest banking infrastructure platform provider in the country, and not only in India, we are also present outside of India, particularly Middle East markets, North Africa, as well as in other markets of I would say Southeast Asia. So what do we mean by when I say that we have created a banking infrastructure platform? So if you look at today, for a digital payment transaction to be processed, there are n number of different services that need to interact. So there's a front end, there's a back end, there's a middleware, there's the network, there's the fraud and risk engine, there's the reconciliation and everything. So there are different components which are involved in order to process one kind of a digital payment transaction. And at iServU, we have built that entire platform which takes care of the entire back-end processing for any kind of digital payment or let's say digital banking solution. Can we move to the next slide? This is about us. So today we are working with the leading banks as well as fintechs in the country. We work with major PSU banks. To name a few, we are working with Canara Bank, Bank of Baroda, Bank of Maharashtra, State Bank of India. Even in terms of, I would say, large private banks, we are working with the likes of Kotak Mahindra Bank. We are working with the likes of NSDL Payments Bank, India Post Payments Bank. So that's the list of clientele. Today we work with more than 25 plus major banks in the country, as well as more than 100 plus fintechs. Can we move to the next slide? So we are very well in terms of the different certification. We are a certified TSP of NPCI. We are under the NPCI partner program for almost all the products of NPCI that are offered, be it in terms of issuance or acquiring. Beyond NPCI, we also work with Visa as well as MasterCard. In terms of security certifications, we are PCI DSS certified, we are ISO certified, and we are also certified for the data localization requirements of RBI. Can we move to the next slide? So this is the list of the products. So what I was talking about was the banking infrastructure platform which we have created. On top of that platform, we enable banks and fintechs to launch any kind of digital banking or digital payment product. And this is just a list of the different use cases which can be built on top of the infrastructure platform. So we have a card issuance as a stack wherein we enable any bank or any fintech to launch any kind of cards, be it credit cards, be it prepaid cards, debit cards. For banks as well as for licensed entities, we also give the option for them to enter into, let's say, co-branding arrangement with other fintechs and build those kind of use cases which are new and upcoming and which are more relevant to let's say, today's audience. Similarly, on the merchant acquiring side, it's a end-to-end stack which takes care of any kind of digital payment which are allowed in India today at the merchant outlet, where a customer can walk in, they can initiate a digital payment beyond cash. We support POS, we support UPI, we support Aadhaar Pay, which is wherein a customer can initiate a payment via, let's say, biometric authentication. Then we also have PG, Payment Gateway, as a product. And on top of it, along with the entire transaction processing piece, we also help provide with the hardware which are required, such as your POS terminals, or as well as, let's say, Soundbox terminals as well. Then in terms of POS, we have a wide range of offerings. We give you Android POS terminals, they're all-in-one POS. Then there are your mobile POS, which are like very cost-effective terminals, as well as your Linux or RTOS based POS devices. Uh, can you move to the next slide? So these are a little bit about the different terminals as I was talking. So this POS, you can see the MPOS, tablet POS, Android POS. Similarly, in terms of let's say Soundbox offerings, we have a wide range of Soundbox which we provide, which includes a static QR. It also gives you the option to have dynamic QR terminals, all-in-one POS terminals, wherein you can have a card tap and pay as well as your card dip transactions. Can you move to the next slide? So this is the core banking platform that I was talking about, which we have named it as a kind of OctaHub. So this infrastructure platform has different modules which take care of end-to-end pieces which are required. It starts from onboarding. Different digital banking, digital payment products requires various kind of entities to be onboarded in the system. It can be individuals, or it can be, let's say, corporates or business entities. So the onboarding module kind of takes care of the end-to-end KYC or let's say KYB requirements. Then we also have a payment CBS, or which we call the payment ledger system for any kind of digital payment solutions that we are offering. So all the transaction details are stored. It does not have any kind of impact on the bank's existing infrastructure such as CBS and all, because for every transaction, if you try to hit the CBS, it pushes loads on the bank's existing infrastructure. So think of it as kind of a parallel layer of CBS where all the transaction details are stored, and maybe at one go, all of those details are pushed into the system. Then we also have a middleware wherein different business rules and logics can be configured, starting from, let's say, what is going to be the charges for any transaction if the bank or the entity wishes to charge, or if there is any kind of commission that needs to be paid out, or any kind of, let's say, routing logics that need to be written. So all of those things can be configured in the middleware module. Then we have also the FRM module, which is very customized as well as tailored for different kind of digital payment products, right from issuing to acquiring. So when you talk about acquiring, the FRM has customizations wherein you can do let's say a negative registry check of the merchants with global databases. Then if you want to have kind of, let's say, geofencing setup wherein the merchant can only accept payments within a defined radius of when they were onboarded. So those kind of checks are by default inbuilt in our FRM module. Plus it also gives you the flexibility to write or configure your own rules. And it comes with a complete alert mechanism wherein any kind of alerts can be triggered to any recipient in the system. As and when it can be a pre-event alert or it can be a post-event alert. Then we also have our own proprietary switching module wherein I was explaining, like today we have a native connectivity with all the networks, Visa, RuPay, MasterCard, which allows us to process transactions directly with the network without touching the bank's existing infrastructure. So as soon as a transaction is originating from the terminal, the end-to-end transaction processing is handled by our infrastructure without the need of touching bank's infrastructure at any point of time. So, and on the switching side, we have our own switching modules for both issuing and acquiring, be it for anything on the card side, on the POS, on UPI, on your BBPS, Bharat Connect. Then we also have on the Aadhaar, your Aadhaar-enabled payment system as well. Then we have a notification engine, which kind of helps to send any kind of notifications. It can be a pre-event, pre-transaction event, or let's say post-transaction event notification. These notifications can be sent across multiple channels, WhatsApp, SMS, email, everything. Then we have a recon and invoicing module also, which is pre-built, or I would say which is completely customized for different kind of digital payment transactions like your IMPS transactions, or let's say your NEFT transactions, card-related transactions. So all of those rules for reconciliation are already pre-configured. It can be customized to seamlessly pick up files from SFTP, wherein it can be posted by the networks, and the reconciliation can be automated through a single click. Then we also have BI analytics module, which kind of helps you to create interactive dashboards, slice and dice the data at different levels, send those kind of reports to different consumers, be it a top management, middle management, or different functions within the business, like operations, risk, all of those things. So the data sits within the system, and the BI analytics module helps you to create any kind of customized reports as well as dashboards. So this is in brief about the infrastructure platforms, which is an end-to-end. It has all the modules that is required by any bank or fintech to launch any kind of digital banking or let's say digital payment product. And on top of this platform, like I explained, you can create different products. It can be issuance, it can be acquiring, it can be into Bharat Connect as well. Let's move to the next slide. Then we also offer on the lending side, we have our loan origination system as well as loan management system modules. So our LOS comes integrated with more than 50 plus different verification APIs, which allows you to do any kind of individual or let's say a business verification. It comes with a business rule engine as well, which allows you to configure rules in order to pass or let's say if you want to have a auto approval for any kind of an application, or if you want to go it or if you want to probably segregate for a manual review, the BRE can capture the different parameters basis which it will analyze the incoming application, and then it will throw an output whether it is approved or it is rejected or if it's going for let's say manual review. So that is on the LOS side. Beyond that, we also offer the LMS product, which allows any kind of NBFC, fintech or bank to configure various loan products. It can be secured loan products, it can be unsecured loan products. You can create the product, you can mark all of the charges, what is going to the interest payment. So it has a host of different flexible features which are required for you to launch a complete digital offering in case of lending. So this is again one of the products which is widely used by various like NBFCs for both your secured as well as unsecured lending. Can you move to the next slide? Yeah, I think that's it about us. So if you have any questions or... Okay, yeah, all right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to speak.